One of the greatest guitar players of all time?
No. Where did that take come from?
Who do you think? John Jansen. Dude, you're worse than Gilio right now.
Is he on the inside right now?
Yeah, he's there. He's talking to us. Wizardry. Wizardry.
Awesome. Got music right before you go on.
Oh, beautiful.
Yep. You still use this?
We are good.
The perplexed look on Murph's face.
Well, I was actually thinking about that take, and then I thought, I'm going to stop thinking about that take.
Sometimes older.
Yeah, it's okay. You know, if you were a teenage girl back in 2002.
Sometimes youth is wasted on the young.
Were you the only guy in attendance for that show? Oh, okay.
There's one piece to give away.
Yeah, those two hats, I got them at the Father's Day game last month, so
My Maja?
let's give those away too.
I'm not doing shit today. I can barely stand.
You seem a little under.
You guys should be happy.
Get Tree over here.
I'm a lot less hands on.
What was last night?
Again, our buddy Tree Murphy, I don't know if you've ever met him. We're at Stingers. We're probably on our 10th double at Jameson.
That'll do it.
Jesus.
Tree, you okay? I'm good. Sure? You don't look so good. Good. Give me a second.
Oh, man.
Grabs
At
a
the
dinner
bar?
napkin and hurls right in. Doesn't move. Doesn't move. Give me a second.
I've had days like that.
That's why I try to stay away from shots.
We have come to the conclusion at 50 years old that we still do need parental support.
$11:01.
God, man, you're always cutting into my time.
Our fans won't put up with that.
No. We're going to have a riot down here at 1100 Social because of your
Our
slackerness.
fan will not put up with that.
Webby? They're here?
Hey, the Phillies have a deal on their website. It's $10 tickets.
Oh, I know. For the family, that family deal?
It's like specific tickets. So I got 4 for like $50.
Yeah, I know. I saw that and I was like, wow, that's a great deal.
Yeah.
But you get food credit too or something?
No, it was just a giant. Yeah, it was just a giant thing. I was like, all right. I was like, instead of getting 2, and like I normally get like $4.29, which is awesome, like right down third baseline. But I got $4.20 for this upcoming Friday, so I was right behind the plate. Yeah, he is pretty good.
Oh, stop.
Him and LA were cracking me up the other day.
We had a couple laughs. It was fun.
Yeah.
LA's. Brandon's sneaky fun.
Yes, he is.
And Brandon, he is so smart. Kevin Brandon is so smart. And the way his brain works the numbers, like he's a numbers, it's amazing. It's really interesting. He and Larry are so different. So you get 2 different, situations when you're working with them. But they're both very good. Yeah,
I enjoyed Kevin Stocker when they were going through the Kevin tryouts. I like Stock. Stock was pretty good at it too.
Stock. Yep. How many cities do you want me to give you for this one?
Just 1.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I'm gonna give it to you.
Like take out subtract the ballpark.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Because sometimes the ballpark isn't nice, but the city's
San Fran's
fantastic.
my number 1.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't make my top 5.
Yeah. So whatever city.
Yep.
Hey, Murph, Sports Direct TV thinks you should be rebranded as Murph Manson.
Murph what?
Murph Manson. Murph Manson.
All right. I can do that.
Coworkers repeat your
I'm just following the feed.
I like it.
events and shame on them for trying.
There. Feel better? Really saving bundle home and auto with Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company trades and insurers. Some of this unavailable in such situations.
Everybody's filing out.
What's funny, Dave? Fox Sports Network update sponsored by Space Jam and New Legacy.
Two athletes living in Japan's Olympic
Bugs
Village
Bunny on
tested
crack.
positive for. These will look to finish.
That doesn't sound like
with the
Bugs Bunny.
Marlins before finishing up the Miami, and it's the end of the Nolan Patrick era for the Flyers.
Thank God. Thank God.
I can feel every second of this going over the 11 o'clock.
Dude, I'm sweating right now. I need to sweat.
Real ballers. The tunes up.
Dude, it sounds like Bugs Bunny and Elmer Fudd had a love child. That's what he sounds like. When he voice.
Suited up to the big game. Space Jam,
Yes.
New Legacy, and
He's got a list.
HBO Max rated PG.
The Pennsylvania Conference for Women returns to help women navigate the night.
Am I doing the trivia
Inspired, network, and learn practical skills to help you advance your career.
Trying to like accentuate people that are paying attention throughout.
Award-winning actress,
Yeah,
producer, and equal rights.
But I didn't even know this one until they said it. Yeah, I didn't either.
November 10th.
But-
Set aside the day to invest in
Well, no,
yourself.
Actually, there would have been other.
ForWomen.org.
WDAS Philadelphia is Fox Sports Radio, the Gambler and iHeart radio station. Presented by Pure Auto Insurance.
I'm worried about lots of things. My finances.
Me too.
Summer Sundays are meant for freshly cut grass, ballpark dogs, and the best baseball talk you can find. So kick back with your bacon and eggs and pour yourself a mimosa while Phillies announcer Greg Murphy and Green Legion Radio's Chris Sack break down your fighting Phils and take you around the league right now on Baseball Brunch. Play ball!
And good morning, Philadelphia. We are broadcasting to you live down at Xfinity Live, 1100 Social, right here off of Patterson, 11th Street, right outside of Citizens Bank Park, as we bring you in to Phillies baseball against the Marlins this afternoon. Hello, everybody. Again, welcome to Bud Light Baseball Brunch, powered by Green Legion Radio here on 102.5 Fox Sports The Gambler, 104.1 in the Trenton area, and WDAS AM around the rest of the Delaware Valley, or just simply download that iHeartRadio app. I've been harping on it all season long. It just makes your life easier. You can listen to us anywhere, crystal clear, worldwide. I'm Chris Sack of Green Legion Radio, and my co-host here needs no introduction as he has his own fan club in the house, Murph Fan Club, off of Twitter. Phillies broadcaster and play-by-play guy, Greg Murphy. What's up, Murph?
Good morning, and yeah, great to be here. Thankfully, the heat is gone. It is a gorgeous morning down here in South Philadelphia. Got a great crowd out here, which is a lot of fun. Thanks for being here with us, and little bonus baseball over at the ballpark, which in the grand scheme of things, not exactly a good thing after the way it played out last night. But I was personally glad they didn't finish that game last night. We'll get back out on the field at 1 o'clock today. Hopefully, quickly get a win in Saturday's game, and then worry about Zach Wheeler and the Marlins, coming up after that. So let's win 2 today. Why not?
Absolutely. I'll tell you what, Murph, I felt empty inside the last couple weeks because I have not gotten mad at the Phillies bullpen. And then they do it to me last night.
Well,
They just do it to me again. But I'll tell you what, this first segment is brought to you by MCS Residential and MCS Custom Cabinetry for all your residential contracting needs. This is who you want to talk to. Everything from additions, renovations, kitchens, baths, closet organization, cabinetry, vanities, basements, everything you need. Mention the Green Legion and get 10% off your next order, regardless of how much. Reach out to them at www.mcsinc-pa.com or call them at 484-202-3656. That is www.mcsinc-pa.com. Call them at 484-202-3656. Before we dive into anything, first and foremost, I'd like to wish my beautiful mother who's here today, Karen Sack, I'd like to wish her a happy birthday, Mom. Happy birthday, Mom. Love you so much. Thank you for all that you do. And that's a happy moment for us. What do you got, man?
Yeah, I'd like to jump in and wish Christy Lynn over there, who has been so good.
There you go. It's
It's also her birthday today.
There you go.
So happy birthday to Christy Lynn. And it is 30, and we're holding on to 30, right? Okay.
Speaking of shots, and those are happy moments for us here, but I'd like to dedicate today's show and a somber moment to a Green Legion legend, Alex Donahue, who passed away a couple weeks ago. Alex was a big proponent of Green Legion. He loved Bud Light Baseball Brunch. He was here for our first baseball brunch tailgate So before we dive into anything Phillies related, I would like to say to everybody here, thank you guys for showing up on behalf of our buddy Alex, who we put the rest the other day. And I know I said this with my pet peeves a couple shows ago here down 1100 Social. I'm not a big fan of doing Eagles chants, but I think in honor of Alex, we do owe him one good Eagles chant. So if everybody can join our team leader, Quimby.
You
right
know,
here. I'm pretty sure he knows. Here we go. Quimby. That one is for you, Alex. And thank you for all that you did for us here at the Green Legion and being a awesome fan of the program and being an awesome friend to us here at the Green Legion. So today this show is for you. Let's go ahead, Murph, because we have tickets to give away.
Of course we do. That's what we do here at the Bud Light Brunch, right?
We are giving people here at Bud Light Baseball Brunch. So Murph, take it away.
All right, we're giving away 4 tickets for this Friday, July 23rd, against the Atlanta Braves, 7:05 here in South Philadelphia Ballpark. In order to win, you must answer in the comment section on the Green Legion YouTube channel, the Green Legion Facebook page, or at our Twitter handle at Green Legion. All right, so here's the question, folks. Get ready. Phillies All-Star catcher JT Realmuto hit a home run in this past Tuesday's All-Star game at Coors Field in Denver. He became the 5th Philly ever to hit a home run in the All-Star game. Who was the last Philly to hit a home run in the All-Star game, and what year did they do it before JT accomplished that feat the other night? The answer and the winner of the tickets will be announced at the top of our second segment. I see folks on their phone already. They're either Googling or they're sending the answer in. Whichever, it's fine.
I want to see who's paying attention during the golf week. So I think this is a good way to bring everybody back for the second half of Phillies baseball because we are primed to make a run here, Murph. I'm telling you, I'm feeling really good. And it's not just about what's going on with the Phillies as a whole, because they did have that very successful road trip, their best road trip, 5-2. Since 2014. Crazy, right? I mean, that's how putrid this team has been on the road over the last 6 years prior to this year. But out of the box here, as we tend to always like to do, we didn't have a lot going on with the Phillies. I mean, last week we broke the news on our show about the COVID-related issue going on in the Phillies clubhouse. We didn't have Aaron Nola. I'll tell you what, Mark, that game right there was the best game that Joe Girardi has managed in Philly with the Phillies since he got here a year and a half ago. And, I was very pleasantly surprised with how he put things together. And he relied on Ranger Suarez for 2 1/3. And I know right now we're not feeling really good about that moment from last night. But 2 1/3 inning save. I had on here that's the first time that a Phillies reliever had to record 7 or more outs to save a game decided by 1 run since Don Carmen through 3 scoreless innings. Got a 1-0 win on June 19th, 1985 against the Cardinals.
That's a good little nugget you got there.
That's a great nugget, which is funny because it was before I was born. But actually, my mom was pregnant with me at that time. So funny to think about. I don't want to age you any more than you already tend to age yourself.
I was calling again. Yeah, I know. I got it. It was great to watch Ranger Suarez have that moment because he's been really good for the Phillies so far this season. This is a guy that was starting pitcher, back to the bullpen, starting pitcher, back to the bullpen again, only because they need him there, and then to develop into this back end of the bullpen kind of guy, and now into that closer's role. Now, last night, obviously, he gives up the 2-run home run and allows Marlins to tie the game, but for the most part, Ranger's been really good, and you can see the kind of intestinal fortitude, shall I say, that he has.
It's starting to sound like Ruben Amaro.
Yeah. Did he use that word?
Ruben uses that all the time.
I did not know that. All right.
He said the other night, I forget where I listened to him at, but he said that Ranger has balls.
Okay. Well, that's.
And then, no, I'm quoting. I'm not paraphrasing. Ruben said that. Friend of the program, Ruben Amaro Jr.
That's right. But intestinal fortitude is what we're allowed to say on TV. I don't think you're allowed to say balls on TV. So there you go.
We're not on TV, Murph.
Yeah, we can say that.
I didn't hear the turkey sounder from Jansen in the studio.
Well, whatever he has it, and stones and guts and all of that good stuff, and he's been pretty good on the back end. So hopefully the Phils can bail him out today, and you feel good about going forward into game 2 today. His first game is really kind of important. When you stop to think about it, you and I were just talking. If all goes right, and I don't know that it will today, if everything goes right, but if the Mets were to lose, Phillies win both those games, those are 1 game out in the NL East at the end of today. I mean, that is possible. So, things are starting to heat up. They're the favorite. Quincy's excited. I can see it. They're the favorite right now in Vegas to win the NL East. So it might have to do more with the other teams in the East, but regardless, a trip back to the postseason is what the goal is here in 2021. I'm pulling for it. I'm rooting for it.
And the wheels are starting to fall off the Mets. They lost Lindor. He has a grade 2 oblique strain. Jacob deGrom leads the league in MRIs this season. Yep. And again, no structural damage, but the fact that he has those issues, that takes away. That's your 2 best players right there. And now you're going to be looking at, I don't know when deGrom's going to be back. I would probably envision he's going to miss a week or 2 at least. And then Lindor, I mean, that's at least a month right there in and of itself. Yeah. This is right here going into the trade deadline in a couple of weeks, Murph. This is time right now that the Phillies have to take advantage of the situation, especially with divisional opponents on the schedule outside of the 2 against the Yankees.
And you can bet the New York Mets are going to make some moves. They are. They're absolutely not going to allow a couple of injuries to derail them at this point. They've got the money. We know that. They're going to bring in some players. So you're right. Before that happens, while these guys are down, Phillies need to make some moves. And that's a loss 2 in a row to the Pirates. They lost in walk-off fashion last night.
Man, such a shame.
Grand slam by the Pirates. Yeah, I know. It was heartbreaking. I felt bad for them. But, this is the time. You're right. You've got to take advantage of other teams down. The Phillies have had their fair share of injuries this year, and other teams took advantage. So now you need to do the same. We'll see.
All right, so going back to Colorado here, let's talk a little bit about the All-Star Game and the Home Run Derby. Did you watch either?
I watched the All-Star Game. I love the All-Star Game. I think the All-Star Game is one of the best, non-sporting events, if that makes any sense. Non-competitive events. It is. It's fun to watch. I think the guys enjoy being there. They play hard. It's the kind of sport where you can kind of give it 100%, not really have to worry about injury so much. So I love that Zach Greinke for 3 pitches. I love that. From a Celtics standpoint, that's all we need to see out of
the uproar about that. I'm like, why are you guys complaining? He leads the league in innings pitched.
It was a good thing, and he came in and did his job. JT, it's the home run. So the All-Star Game was great. I know your other question is going to be, did I watch the home run derby?
I'm going to say
that happened. I couldn't even tell you.
Come on, man. I'm going to tell you this, Mark. The Home Run Derby needs to be in Coors Field every single year.
I agree.
Unbelievable.
It doesn't need to be televised or anything. It could be in Coors Field.
Well, at least you don't have Chris Berman anymore.
Early on, I thought Berman made it fun. After 20 years of that, it got a little old, honestly. But to me, the Home Run Derby is just there, and I didn't pay much attention to it. Pete Alonso won, right?
Pete Alonso won, and it was just effortless for him. Here's a cool statistic that I found out about Pete Alonso in regards to the Home Run Derby. His career salary earnings, $1,473,449. Career Home Run Derby earnings, $2 million. $2 million. Just for doing 2 home run derbies, he's made more money than that. But I'll tell you what, I give the guy credit. For a guy that has not made a lot of money in his career, he donated $50,000 of his derby winnings to the Wounded Warrior Project and another $50,000 to benefit 9/11 first responders.
Yeah, and kudos to him for that. That is awesome. And from everything I understand, I've interviewed Pete once or twice. It really seems like a decent guy, but from everything I hear, he is a decent guy inside that clubhouse with their fans up there in New York. So that's all great. But my argument is, if you want to watch the Home Run Derby, then come out to BP any other day. That's all it is. It's glorified batting practice. So I don't know. It doesn't do much.
The fun part that I liked about the All-Star Game, I like the fact that they like the players. I enjoyed the time that they had with Fernando Tatis in the field, and then when he was at bat. And they're asking, like, what are you looking for here? He's like, fastball.
Yeah.
Fastball. Yeah. And then get back into the dugout. And then, it was really bad, though, when they had Liam Hendricks, the closer for the White Sox, and he's on the mound, and he didn't even know that they could hear him. So, they had, I guess they had their finger on the dump button pretty well for that. But I thought that was a lot of fun. And Vladimir Guerrero hitting that 468-foot bomb in the third and becoming All-Star Game MVP. A lot of interesting stuff.
Yeah, the All-Star Game is great. And Luis is asking us a question here on StreamYard, and I want to answer it because he's asking, what did you guys think about the uniforms that Major League Baseball had? Uniforms. When I was growing up, back in the day, when we were all growing up, watching the All-Star Game, one of the cool things was watching these guys on the line, all the different uniforms lined up, and you can pick out your team, and you can see. That was so great. What Major League Baseball did this year, changing that, to me, is just absolutely awful. It was terrible. What a bad decision by Major League Baseball. I hope they revert to it next year. Look, let them wear the same uniforms during BP. Let them wear it during the home run derby. But when the game starts, I want to see all those colors. I want to see the array of different teams, all 30 teams represented. That's part of it. That's part of the experience.
I agree. I didn't like I did not like the uniforms, but I did like the hats. I thought the hats were really cool.
And that's all fine. But for me, they want to sell those. And that's
which is fine. I mean,
which is fine. But
they don't have to do it.
Yeah, buy me one too. But you don't have to wear it during the game. I want them wearing their uniforms during the game. Enough said. That's.
I agree with you. I like seeing a Phillies player on first base, and he has to sweat second base, and he has the dirt all over that. He's got that white Phillies pinstripe home jersey. It's awesome. I love it.
Agreed.
So we don't have a lot of Phillies to talk about. I mean, we do have the situations from the last couple of days. Obviously, the Phillies are going to pick up Saturday's game today at 1:05. They're going to finish that game up. Ranger Suarez last night came in. It was a 2-0 game. You ever see the movie Rookie of the Year?
No.
Henry Rowan Gardner?
No.
All right, so he's going up against a guy on the Mets, and his name's Hato.
Okay.
All right, so last night I'm sitting there, my wife is on the couch, and I'm making a drink, and I turn around, there's a runner on base, and I turn around, and I see there's a back camera shot of Jesus Aguilar walking up to the plate, and I'm like, oh, this ain't good. I was like, there's Hato. So then I'm pouring it into my glass, and my wife's like, oh, my God. And I was like, oh, I guess I'm just going to pour more into my drink. It was just like I already knew what had happened before he got to the plate. And that's not a knock against Ranger Suarez or the Phillies bullpen as a whole. It's just the fact that it seems like Aguilar just does this all the time to us. It's him and Pablo Sandoval, Kung Fu Panda. Every single time you're feeling good. And then these guys just walk to the plate and they just want to go ahead and
you can put Freddie Freeman on that list too.
Yeah.
Well, you're right. Jesus Aguilar, who by the way leads the National League in RBIs right now. I think he is 68.
Him and Duvall are
well, they were, and now with that home run, I think Aguilar jumped in front of him. But the very small middle part of that lineup for the Marlins is unbelievably productive right now for them. They don't have a whole lot else offensively, but man, they have some really good arms. Marlins give the Phillies fits. We know that, and the Phillies need to figure that out and figure it out quickly if they're going to win the division. Yeah, today would be about an hour and a half. That would be perfect.
Is Alvarado start the game today?
It's an interesting question. I was preparing over at the ballpark for our pregame show. I was getting my notes together, and I'm writing down the situation where and Alvarado obviously was on the mound when the rain came yesterday. I can't remember the count. Do you remember the count? Was it 1-1?
Yeah, I think
it was 2 pitches. Yeah, no. So 1-1 to John Birdie, and I thought to myself, I wonder if Alvarado comes out and starts this game. I'm not sure. I guess technically he needs to face 3 batters. I don't know what the rule is because of the rain.
Interesting.
Yeah. So we'll find out. We'll all learn something new.
Well, I hope he does.
Okay.
Because at that point, you got to burn another pitcher. I mean, the guys that already pitched last night, you can't bring them back in to pitch today.
Well,
because you're finishing that game.
Well, you can't.
So you can't bring Archie Bradley.
Correct.
You can't bring Suarez. You can't bring there. I mean, he's your best option. I think you got to start with him. But looking at the doubleheader on Friday, Murph, and Eflin laid an egg that night in the second game. The Phillies are 7-1 when Matt Moore starts a game. Insane. But I'll tell you what, this is what stands out to me, Murph, about this Phillies team. And we got a couple minutes here before we go on break here at Bud Light Baseball Brunch. The Phillies bench. Me and my buddy Mike talked about this over the last few days. I think this Phillies bench is the best Phillies bench since they won the World Series. They have depth on this bench. They have pop on this bench. Like, if you look at it, straight across, Jankowski's played well outside of that first fumble that he had on the base pass. Torres has played well. Bamboo Brad Miller. I mean, this bench of the Phillies is one of the best it's been since those years.
It's an interesting. I'd have to go back and look and see what the bench looked like in 10 and 11. Even
Brian Schneider and
I don't remember specifically
Ross Mood,
but certainly the 08 bench was terrific, and they needed every single one of those guys. But look, you can't win. You cannot win a division. You cannot win in the postseason if you do not have all 26 guys contributing. You need your bench players to come up and play well. To your point, Brian Torres, he might be the MVP, the offensive MVP. Well, I should say the position player MVP of this team. He has been outstanding offensively in the moments that he needed to be, defensively all the time.
And he's been great. It's so much fun to watch. You talk about a guy who just loves playing the game of baseball. It just exudes out of his pores. And I love it. I love watching Torres play.
You know, Torres is like a good neighbor. You deserve to get good service and great rates at State Farm. We get it. And we're here to help because with every State Farm policy, you get good neighbor service and you get surprisingly great rates. So what are you waiting for? Get going and talk to local State Farm agent David Russo about your surprisingly great rates today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm and Robert Torres are there. When you want the real deal, call David Russo, State Farm Agency, 856-740-5012. Individual premiums will vary by customer. All applicants subject to State Farm underwriting requirements. Coming up right after break, we are going to Ask Murph. We had a very popular reaction when we did it in our second show. After our inaugural show over there at Philly Live Casino, right? We had a lot of fun with that. I'm going to be asking Murph questions and some this or that's rapid fire. Make sure you guys come back right here with us on Bud Light Baseball Brunch right after these messages.
I worry about lots of things. Like,
Did you have something?
I was going to jump in. Okay. It's fine.
If you're 65 or older,
Did you really need to make this? It just hit me.
No, I didn't. If I do that, that just means when you take a breath, I'm going to jump.
Okay, all right.
I'm so glad you said read that. I popped it up. I didn't
Oh,
know
that
if
was
it
great.
Yeah, because it was a good guy.
It was good.
So I popped it up, but I didn't know if you'd actually see it.
Yeah,
I was waiting to send down the one.
I don't know, that was awesome.
Yeah, I normally pay attention to them.
This is who technically did the whole thing in one line. He did it kind of first one, in 2 lines later, and 3 years. So it's your
He says we're clear. So I'm good. Yeah, just text me, Steve. I think I have him before, right? Yeah. Just text me as a reminder.
Okay.
And then that way, like, I'll send him a ticket flag on.
Do you need this note to pronounce it, or do you know it in your head?
Thank you, dear. Hey, Jansen. You got the Hooters? Yep. Love it. All right. We're going to come back. You do your,
Next set.
Yeah, next set. And then I'll announce the trivia question winner.
We have any answer. We don't have sound. We don't have any sound coming back.
Nah. I just don't know what song it's coming back with, so just let it marinate a little bit so he can.
While the original version ends in 1985, it returned in 1988 and again in 1992.
Say again?
Steve Harvey taking over as first in 20.
No? Oh, thank you. Yeah. Yep, that was me.
Originally built as an advertisement for a housing development named
Very cool.
The last 4 letters were removed during the 1949 renovation project.
There you go. Hey, bring us some luck today, all right? Yeah, me too.
Adapted from the 1979 novel Nothing Lasts Forever, it grosses $83 million and stars
There's a lot of people. That's I've never gone before. I'm going to let one know.
No. Oh, the boy's going to love that.
1 year and
Oh,
1 day later,
I get
17
2
years
bags.
becoming the cornerstone
I get
of the Disney
David Murphy. Once in a while, I get a Ben Davis.
actor
Yeah,
Robert
we-
Williams, Vin Diesel
Oh,
is born in Alameda County, California.
You don't look like you have a rug on your head.
No, it's not even. People just, they don't, they associate you with the team.
Right.
Associate you with the broadcast.
They're just trying to
They
make
know
names.
broadcast things, and that's about it. Like, team that gets work all the time. I mean, people don't always connect with you. But well, that's a rule.
Start calling you the prop.
I love going so much.
Oh, yeah. I love the way he was with Anthony.
Oh, by the way, I pulled my feet down. I got a little bit of feedback from the Phillies, just saying, maybe one piece of one.
Yeah.
They're like, I was like,
The Gambler, presented by Pure Auto Insurance.
Hooters, love them. Hey, how are you, sir? Oh, welcome back. We are on. All right. I was saying hi to Hollis Thomas is in the house. Hank is here.
And we're listening to a little Hooters as well. Come on, Quimby.
Yeah, Quimby!
Woo! That's right. Welcome back to Bud Light Brunch here at 1100 Social in South Philadelphia as we get ready for the Phillies and Marlins today, hoping for 2 Phillies wins. And a reminder, the next sip, a small plastic drink pouch that frees your hands while keeps your beverage in the ready position. NECK next sip. It's time to free up those hands and wear your drink, everyone. It holds any beverage, even bottles, cans, and snacks. Touch with both hands and drink at the same time. Visit nextsip.com and follow them at nextsip. Customize it any way you want. Perfect for sporting events, Philly born and USA made. Only $5 each, 50% off when you use the code Green Legion. Again, visit nextsip.com and follow them at nextsip.
All right. Quimby loves us coming back from break to the Hooters. He's going to have a big surprise when we come back for our second break. And
you know what?
How
can you not like the Hooters? It's like saying you don't like the Liberty Bell.
I mean, it's coming from a guy that plays Photograph by Def Leppard every single show.
I like that song too.
Me too. I mean, Diaz is the one that really doesn't like that one. Hey, welcome back to Bud Light Baseball Brunch down here at 1100 Social at Xfinity Live. Phillies Marlins, we're going to play 2 this afternoon. Actually, well, should I say 2 or I'm hoping for like 1 and 1 night?
Yeah, one
and 1 night.
And hopefully, and then not.
Yeah. Let's do that. Let's do that. So, hey, welcome back again, Bud Light Baseball Brunch down here, and alongside Greg Murphy, I'm Chris Sack, and to answer the question from the trivia question, and that way we can award the 4 tickets for Friday, July 23rd, against the Atlanta Braves at 7:05. The question was, who was the last Philly before JT Realmuto to hit a home run in an All-Star game, and what year did they do it in? The answer is Michael Jack Schmidt in 1981, 40 years ago, was the last time. So congratulations.
Hard to believe.
It is. Yeah, seriously. All those players. Howard, Rollins, Utley, Darren Dalton, John Crockett, one of them over the 40 years. Steve Clark, congratulations. You won the tickets. I'll shoot you an email later on. Steve is a repeat winner from early on in the season. Enjoy the game on Friday night. I hope you look forward to it just as much as we do, giving away those tickets. Now, everybody, it is time for Ask Murph. Ask Murph. And,
all right.
And listen, I like putting Murph in uncomfortable positions. And, so Murph is normally the interviewer. But now he's going to be the interviewee. That's right. So I'm going to put you on the hot seat here, Murph. I have 10 questions, and then we have rapid fire this or that. Okay,
let's do it.
I got 8 of those. All right. Number 1, best sporting event that you ever attended that you were not covering.
Okay, best sporting. Okay, so that's for me. That's easy actually. About it was about maybe 7-8 years ago. Myself and my dad, my brother-in-law, my uncles, my cousins. We flew to Ireland and saw Navy play Notre Dame in college football. That's awesome. Over there in Dublin, and we also made it into a week-long trip in Ireland. So that Navy Notre Dame football thing. At the time, I was rooting for Notre Dame because I've always liked Notre Dame football. My son's now at Navy, so now I would be pulling for Navy at this point. But awesome football game, and Notre Dame smoked them. But regardless, it was a lot of fun. So that's the best one for sure.
Okay, so what's the best baseball game you ever attended that you were not a media member for?
All right, so and again, that's easy for me because it's one of my great memories. I went with a group of friends on a Green Legion trip to Chicago, and we went. There was about 20 of us, and sat up on the rooftop and watched the Phillies beat the Cubs. It was before I joined NBC Sports Philadelphia. I was working for CNN at the time, and I was not covering the Phils on a daily basis. And we went out there. We had the time of our lives. We lost one of my buddies that was on that trip soon after the ALS. He was playing ALS at the time. So it was a special time for us. Phillies won. I think they won 3 out of 4 that trip. So it was a great trip.
Labor Day weekend in 2008.
It could have been. Yeah, that sounds about right. So
they ran out of alcohol on that rooftop. We were there too.
Hey! Stop pointing fingers. All right?
I know. I'm just saying.
My fair share.
So did we. We were piling up the cups and all that stuff. It was a blast, man. They're supposed to be prepared for that. They were not prepared for this.
What? Not prepared for the Green Legion, that's for sure. And folks, when I tell you, I am. Before I ever joined Green Legion Radio, I was a traveler with the Green Legion twice. And it is one of the best times. So, yeah.
Go to greenlegion.com and sign up for a trip today. Got plenty of them this upcoming season. We're back, baby. We were in last season. Vegas, Denver, Dallas. We're definitely not. We're going to the test game. Yeah, Atlanta, Carolina. DC on my birthday, baby. We're taking the buses down. Let's go.
There you go.
We're going to have a lot of fun with that. Second question for you here, Murph. In our first round of questions for Ask Murph on our second show ever, I asked what your favorite ballpark was that you've been to. Give me your top 5.
All right, so my favorite ballpark, the answer to that question is always San Francisco, just because of the entire setup there. It was a gorgeous ballpark, right there on the water. Generally, it's pretty good weather, although you can get some cold nights there in San Fran. But it's a great place to be at. So San Fran's number 1. Pittsburgh is number 2. Again, spectacular setting for a ballpark. You overlook the river and you get the skyline in the background. They did an absolutely gorgeous job building that ballpark. So Pittsburgh's number 2. Dodger Stadium for me is number 3. As a member of the media, you come in at the very top of the ballpark when you walk in, and you're looking down. That's a big ballpark.
And you're looking down into the ravine.
Yeah, you start at the top and you make your way down. And Indiana, man, it is one of the most beautiful sights in baseball. So Dodger Stadium is number 3. I also had a really good seat there. I was doing the television. It was awesome. So, and then Chicago, Boston would round it out 4 or 5 because, Wrigley, I like Wrigley a little bit better than Fenway for whatever reason. I think partly because of the memories I have there. But those 2 ballparks, if you haven't been and you're a baseball fan, you got to get there. They've done a really nice job over the last couple of years, kind of renovating both of those ballparks to get them up to standards today, but yet they have still that old ballpark feel. So if you're planning a trip and you haven't been to either one of those 2, I would absolutely recommend that.
Real quick, and we were just talking about Green Legion and doing trips. Releasing tomorrow, which is Monday. Okay, Monday, July 19th, releasing tomorrow. 100 spots for the Jets game on December 5th, only $169 per person. Make sure you guys go there. You're getting all the benefits of the tailgate, a game ticket, all the good stuff. Jets fans are the biggest bunch of they're worse fans than us. But I'll tell you what, I hate Jets fans. But hey, if you want to go to New York, you want to go to MetLife, have fun with it.
There you go.
All right. Number 3, for fans that like to travel, your favorite city to travel to. Take the ballpark out of the equation. Nightlife, things to do for fun, the food, the culture, etc. What do you got?
Yeah, so Chicago's number 1. Chicago in the summer is one of the best places to visit. It's such a great city. You talk about nightlife and in terms of restaurants, bars, and stuff. And we stay right there on the
American Mile.
Yeah, so we stay right there, and there's so much going on. It's a great city, and very close behind to San Diego. San Diego, the hotel in San Diego that the team stays at is actually connected to the ballpark, literally connected. I could get from the field to my own room in about 45 seconds. No lie.
You know that pretty easy after the one time. Yeah.
Yes, I needed to do
that. We won't talk about that on air today. We'll save that story for another time.
Yeah. I'm just trying to get jobs.
Look, working with me is not good enough for you.
Another job. That's another job. But so Chicago, San Diego.
Speaking of stories, your number 1, your funniest Charlie Manuel story.
Okay, so Charlie is one of the most wonderful folks on the planet. And I think people here probably know that. So many of us have had a chance to interact with Charlie Manuel because he's always around, he's always available. But one of the funniest moments that I had with Charlie was my first season with the team back in 2012. And we were not playing well late this season, and I was getting on the team bus after a loss. I'm pretty sure we were in Miami. We had just lost, and Charlie made it onto the bus before me, which is odd because he sits in the first seat. The manager sits in the first seat right when you get on the bus. The broadcaster sits in the back. So I was getting on the bus, and Charlie looked up at me and said, "Hey, Merle, where's that beef and Irish love you're supposed to be wearing that?" And I said, "Hey, Charlie, I didn't pitch tonight." You didn't agree, that was Charlie. So, he's magical man, Charlie.
Real quick, Chicago-wise. Yeah, if you're ever out there for a game at Wrigley, go to Irish Oak, Philly-owned and operated by our good friend Eric Bayless, Green Legionnaire. It's the best bar at Wrigley, bar none. Yeah,
Houses are good there too.
But yeah, Irish Oak. Philly owned and operated right at Wrigley.
Awesome sauce. This one is from my good buddy Kevin Cook. If you could be a field reporter for any baseball team ever, who would you choose?
Yeah, so you mean in history, right?
Like in history.
Obviously, I would say Phillies. But you mean
like years, like one year. One year, 18.
All right, I think I would probably pick the 1993 Philadelphia Phillies. I mean, why not, right? Can you imagine hanging out with those guys on a nightly basis? Now, I've worked with so many of those guys over the years, and I know that they're terrific guys. What a magical season that was. I was in college, or just graduating college at the time. 93 Phillies. Yeah, put me on the field for that. That'd be awesome.
I like it. Out of the former Phillies big three of Utley, Rollins, and Howard, who would more likely be a guest that you could get to come on our show, Bud Light Baseball Brunch? Who does Murph have more street cred with out of those guys?
Come on, I get all three of them. I get them all right now.
Why the hell are you holding out on me?
Actually, I would say probably Jimmy. Jimmy is once if you get to Jimmy and lock him down. He really enjoys being part of the media. He's doing games for DC now. He is so much fun to be here. I think you would enjoy coming on, and maybe you would get him on. But Ryan is close second. I think Ryan would also be a guy that we could pull in here one of these days.
Do you have Chase Utley's phone number in your phone?
I look. I might. Yeah, I used to.
I'm not asking for my purposes.
Yeah.
There's ladies in the crowd here. I'm trying to say one. All right.
I'm sorry. I wasn't supposed to take a mic, but I got a funny story here. We give away Philly's finest swimsuit calendars for free here during baseball brunch. And we have the beautiful BJ Grady. Thank you. The beautiful BJ Grady with us. Of course, she's not doing any work right now, but her daughter is out front, Devin, saying this. You want a calendar with my mom in it? Awesome sauce.
Love it.
You only get that here in South Philadelphia. That's for sure.
All right, Murph, we got 4 more questions here, and then we got rapid fire, so we got to hurry up here. The one movie that if it's on TV, you immediately stop what you're doing and have to watch it.
All right, so I'm going to give you this real quick. Shawshank Redemption for the drama, era, and comedy book. Those two.
Good call there. Your go-to song at a wedding that is going to get you out on the dance floor to bust the groove. For example, mine is Poison by Bell Biv DeVoe.
Okay, all right.
Every there's going to rope me out on the dance floor, and I'm going to go nuts.
I don't need a whole lot of coaching to get out there on the dance floor, to be quite honest with you. I'm a guy that once the bar is open, I'm out there on the dance floor. But I'll say maybe you should be all night long, AC/DC, right? Okay. That'll get me going. And Last Dance, I mean, everybody gets out there for Last Dance, right? I don't know who sings that, but who sings Last Dance?
Last Dance.
Yeah,
Dude, is that what it is? I don't know.
Donna Summer. Yeah, so there you go.
Big fan over there. Big fan over there. Mama Undermaker, she's all in. All right, favorite ride at Disney World?
Favorite ride at Disney World? It's funny, my real estate partner is in Disney World right now, and she texted me they were in line at Soarin'. And it was like, what is that guy, right?
Good ride. Good ride.
Cool ride. So, if you're talking all of Disney, I would say Soarin'. If you're talking the Magic Kingdom, I would have to go with Dumbo, right?
Dumbo's there. Come on, man. Splash Mountain?
Space Mountain?
Splash Mountain.
Splash Mountain. That's good.
Yeah, I was Splash Mountain.
Right, Splash Mountain.
There you go. Splash Mountain. If you said it's a small world, I'd smack the crap out of it.
Oh, I just heard the song.
Last one before the rapid fires. All of your kids are older now.
Yes.
Okay? I have 2 young kids. What's the biggest thing that you miss about them being younger?
Oh, my God. There's not one answer to that, right? As parents, we know every age is awesome as they go through their childhood. Although big years were a little rough for me. I like my sleep, but I don't know. I guess I just miss their just like complete innocence. I can tell them that Daddy can change the lights to green here. Watch this, and then the light was there, and I said, yeah, I have magic powers, and they believe in that kind of thing. They stopped believing about 18 at that. So I miss so much about them being young. But I will tell you this: when they're older teenagers and older, it's cool to hang out with them too, and you get to know them as young adults, and that's fun too. So.
All right. This or that rapid fire. I give you 2 options. You give me 1. The Beatles or the Rolling Stones?
Beatles.
Billy Joel or Elton John?
Billy Joel.
Star Wars or Star Trek?
Neither, but I guess Star Wars.
Burgers or hot dogs?
Burger.
Pool or the beach?
Cool.
Chocolate or vanilla?
Chocolate.
Interviewer or interviewee?
Interviewer.
Larry Anderson or Chris Sack?
Who's Larry Anderson? That was not even close. There you go.
All right.
Chris Sack.
See,
You wanted me to say it.
Well, I want to see where I ranked.
Right ahead of Larry Anderson.
I'm happy I'm above LA.
Love you, Owen. You know that.
All right, Cherry Hill Triplex is the premier New Jersey Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Kia, Mitsubishi, and Ram dealer serving South Jersey and all of the Delaware Valley. They have a huge selection of new and used vehicles from which to choose. Cherry Hill Triplex, online and offline. Customers enjoy vehicle specials every day. We offer Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Kia, Mitsubishi, and Ram service and parts, and online inventory and outstanding financing options, making Cherry Hill Triplex the preferred dealer serving the entire Delaware Valley. Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Kia, Mitsubishi, and Ram buyers. Get ready and set up a test drive. Visit us in Cherry Hill, New Jersey today. On the other side, can Murph make up ground with our weekly picks? He's falling behind the sack attack. Can he get back on his feet? We'll find out on Bud Light Baseball Brunch right after these messages.
The Gambler and Gary. What a great Gambler.
No, dude, I mean, the more time we have to play in the last segment, we're good.
Correct response, and you can end up with a grand.
I mean, we have until 57, so however much time you want to give me, Jason. I got content.
I told Joe, I said, I've heard Chris Sack's shallow thoughts, and we can't put them on air.
No, I've already talked to Murph about my shallow thoughts.
I've heard a couple of those from LA too.
Summer's here, and we're all the
Oh, come on, man. God,
That was good.
you mean to tell me you don't want to hear more LeVar Arrington on Fox Sports The Gambler? I mean,
Get your business on the builder.com.
he sounds like Joe Cordell.
I'm not nice. That was pretty good.
But some of our attorneys are.
Oh my God, that's so funny. That was a good impersonation.
This is Ice-T Stone.
All right, when we come back, you're going to jump into Fox County Baseball. Yeah. With the read. We got 30 seconds.
That saves you up to 150.
Plus, Kai Clean's better than
By the way, I have more Kawa as the winner of the
What are you waiting for?
Heard the code.
Morikawa. I'm pretty sure. I picked him.
Nice.
He just took the list. All right, here we go.
The Gambler, presented by Pure Auto Insurance.
Oh yeah.
You can never get enough of the Hooters on Sunday morning here in South Philadelphia.
Hold on, let's just wait for that to break here. Quimby,
You can't even hear.
pay attention.
I don't care what he says. Best music ever. Bucks County Baseball Company is the premier vintage sports clothing and collectibles retail store in the tri-state area. Visit www.buckscountybaseballco.com or stop by their Bristol, PA location. Items from Phillies, Eagles, Sixers, Flyers, and much, much more. Again, visit www.buckscountybaseballco.com or stop by their Bristol, PA location. The showroom is huge and the website is even bigger. Bucks County Baseball Company, the name in Philly for vintage sports.
All right, welcome back for our last segment here on this beautiful Sunday morning. Down here for Bud Light Baseball Brunch at 1100 Social, Xfinity Live, ahead of Phillies Marlins at 105, and a second game, a full game right after that. Thank you guys for joining us again down here. It's a lot of fun. Make sure you guys, before you guys leave today, we have some Green Legion Radio shirts to give away. So after the show, make sure you guys come up here and grab them. And then I have a couple of hats to give away that I got at the Father's Day game. If anybody wants those for the Phillies. What do you got, Quimby?
And if another Hooters song comes on, you're going to have a host position.
Yeah, well, I guess next week we're going to have Bud Light Baseball Brunch with Murph and Quimby.
And not the Hooters.
Fire it up! Get it, Jansen.
Really, baby.
All right, now let's get to our weekly picks. I know everybody loves our weekly pick segment,
No,
including
let's
Murph.
They love your weekly picks. Mine, they're having to remortgage their homes.
Oh, man, I hope. All right, so we like to take 3 betting lines each, but this week Murph is going to go 4 because Murph had a rain out last week. So Murph went 1-1 with a rain out, and I went 2-1. So Murph now has fallen to 18, 21-1 on the season, and the stack attack is riding high right now, baby. 23-18 winners, weekly winners in 4 out of the last 5 weeks. Murph, you just can't stop the madness. You can't do it.
That's all right. Second half of the season is upon us, and I am about to turn things around. That's right. Turn it around.
Yeah. Actually, it was over for you, Connor. You should retire. Money line, run line, over under run totals. Murph, give me your first pick this week.
All right, so I need to get back into this. So I'm looking for some low hanging fruit if I could.
Yeah,
Dodgers and Rockies. Dodgers and Rockies. David Price versus John Gray in this one. Dodgers have won 4 in a row. I know it's hard to sweep any team that even one as bad as the Colorado Rockies, but I believe that LA will do that today. So I say they make it 5 in a row. Dodgers over the Rockies this afternoon out there in Colorado.
Okay, all right. So everybody bet the Rockies. I'm sorry. I meant to think that. I didn't mean to say it out loud. My first pick, everyone's going to disagree with, and everybody's rooting against, including myself. But I'm going to do it anyway. The Mets have lost the first 2 games of this series last night in heartbreaking fashion. They have no Lindor. DeGrom's not pitching today. They're at minus 142. Taiwan Walker's pitching for them. All-star Taiwan Walker. There's no way the Mets can get swept by the Pittsburgh Pirates. At least I hope they do. But nonetheless, I make out good either way. Either you take my pick, you make some money, or the Mets lose and the Phillies make up and they can get to it in one game. So I'm playing with house money right here, baby. So I'm going to take the Mets minus 142.
All right. I looked at that game, and I thought to myself, yeah, the Mets are going to win this game, and I can take that pick, and I can improve. I have a soul, all right? So I cannot pick the New York Mets.
You know, the last time we were down here.
That was last time.
No. We're going to go back, and we're going to play that on next week's program. You taking the Mets to beat the Padres.
Did I win that game?
No, you lost.
Well, there you go. The Mets are awful for so many reasons. There you go.
All right.
Next game for me. This is game 2 because the Blue Jays in Texas are playing a doubleheader today. So I'm going first. My pick: Blue Jays in Texas. Second game of their doubleheader. It's Mike Nemeth versus Steven Matz, and Texas, another team that is just brutal. They're just a bad baseball team. So I'm taking the Blue Jays in game 2 to win that. Again, low hanging fruit. I'm hoping. And that'll be my pick. All right, you like that? Thank you.
Yeah. All right.
Do you?
I do.
Okay, good.
All right, I did. Okay. I'm going to go with the Oakland A's today, minus 174 against Cleveland. They split the first 2 games of the series. Chris Bassett, all-star, on the hill today for the A's. At home, cashing in with the A's today. Murph, third pick.
All right, finally, Red Sox, Yankees. Martin Perez and James Tyone on the hill. This is a tough one for me because part of me is saying take the under in it, but I'm going to go over. I do think they're going to score some runs today. Tyone hasn't been very good all season.
Not at all.
Yeah, so I'm expecting both teams to score some runs. Perez has been good, but I think they can score. So Red Sox, Yankees over 9.5. I'm taking the over. Let's see a lot of runs tonight. That's something they think.
That is something. Oh, of course, it's Red Sox, Yankees. If you don't think that ESPN is trying to take care of that low hanging fruit, you'd be insane. I'm taking over this week as well. I think I will take one under all season long. But this is where, like, if I go 2-1, it's on my over under. But I'm going to take over 10 runs, minus 110. Orioles at the Royals. Matt Harvey is starting for the Orioles with his 7.7 ERA. 7.7. That's pathetic. So I'm going to take the over in that game. The Dark Knight will continue to get shellacked, and we're going to cash that portion of the ticket in. Now, Murph, you owe me another pick.
All right.
So we were back on an even playing field heading into next week.
Okay. And by the way, that one I don't like the picks. That's a lot of runs. Too bad. I hear your logic behind it, but who am I to argue? Okay. You know what? So you told me that I need one more pick, so I'm going to go back to the Blue Jays and Texas, and I'm going to take the Blue Jays in game 1. I'm talking about a double-header sweep, which I know is difficult to do in Major League Baseball, even though we're a bad team like Texas. But I'm going Blue Jays win both today down there in Arlington, so that is my bonus pick. Take it for the
And what is it worth?
a whole lot of money. Yeah.
All right, not a problem. So those are our picks. I'm sure Chad's going to post those to our Twitter page, so make sure you guys check them out before the game starts at 1 o'clock. But until then, can you believe it?
Can you believe it?
Yeah. Love it every single single week, that sounder just gets the juices flowing. It's just enough juices to get us through the last 5 minutes of the show. Actually, in this case, we have 8 minutes to play.
Wow.
Yeah, we're not up against it like we normally are. So we have time. We have flexibility here, Murph. Just in case.
I can't even touch my toes. I'm not very flexible.
Me neither. I mean, God. But just in case our unruly house guest wants to jump on the mic for a fourth time, we have a little bit of flexibility in our program. So, Murph, 2 things that we found interesting from Major League Baseball over the last week.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, we didn't have a lot to go off of this past week, but some good All-Star game nuggets as well. So let's see what you have. What's your first one?
All right, well, I'm going to go just back to last night and what happened to those poor New York Mets. Jacob Stallings hits a walk-off grand slam after the Pirates trailed by 6 runs to the Mets in the 8th inning. All right, so 6 runs in the 8th inning. They end up winning it. Teams were 314-0, one leading after by 6 runs or more in the 8th this season prior to that grand slam by Stallings. So that's 314-1 was the Mets blew it last night.
All right, well, I'm also going to bash the other New York baseball team because after their implosion last week on Sunday against the Astros, Major League Baseball teams were 493-2 when leading by 4+ runs entering the 9th inning this season. The Yankees lost both of those games.
Wow. How about that? That is unbelievable.
Right? So
I love this sport.
Yeah. There's always something that you can go off of. What's your second one?
All right, so this is another one that it's just kind of cool when you think about, you see things and you don't realize that you're witnessing history or part of history. So Jake Cronenworth of the Padres, it was the 3rd player in Major League Baseball history to appear in the All-Star game and then hit for the cycle in their first game back after the All-Star game. Who are the other 2? You got to guess? Got to go way back. Well, at least a while.
Go ahead.
All right, Joe DiMaggio did it, and Brooks Robinson did it.
Wow.
So Joe DiMaggio, Brooks Robinson, and now Jake Cronenworth of the San Diego Padres hitting for a cycle after being in the All-Star game.
Now, this isn't my second one, but I got this one from Bob Nightingale on Twitter. It was the 3rd Padre to hit for the cycle. The first one to do it outside of Coors Field.
Oh, how about that? All right.
The other 2 in Padres history were done in Coors Field.
Okay.
Unbelievable. Like you said, it's crazy. Like what stats you can gather.
Can I stay on that same game? The Padres in that game had so many amazing things happen. How about this? Jay Cronenworth hits for the cycle. Will Myers hits a grand slam. The last time a team had a cycle and a grand slam in the same game was exactly 11 years ago to the date.
Wow.
When Benji Molina did both for the Texas Rangers. How about that?
Wow.
Hits for the cycle and a grand slam in the same game.
All right. My last one for Can You Believe for this week. Players in Major League Baseball history with 30+ home runs, 200+ hits, 20+ stolen bases, 40+ doubles, 100+ RBI, 100+ runs, and a 300 batting average in their first 162 career games. Just one. Bo Bichette.
Bo
Bichette.
Talking about filling up the box score right there. How about that? I did not realize his numbers were that. I mean, he's a really good young player. But man, those numbers that's ridiculous. No one else has ever done that.
No.
Bo Bichette.
Just Bo Bichette. All right, so
Dante must be proud.
God, you sure all should be. All right, so we have today's finale from last night, and then we have the game right after that, which is going to be the 4th game in the series. Hopefully, Zach Wheeler, Zach Wheeler starting that game. Zach Wheeler is starting that game, and hopefully the Phillies can get a 3-1 series victory over the Marlins. We'll find out at 1:05 today as we pick up at the top of the 10th. Day off on Monday, and then we have a 2-game series up in the Bronx against the New York Yankees.
Yep.
Aaron Nola is going to return. We're not going to get into that, but he's going to return on Tuesday and pitch against the Yankees. Pitched very well against them the last time he faced them here at Cincinnati Park. And then we start a 4-game series against the Braves on Thursday, which is the beginning of a 8-game homestand. Not many 8-game homestands, but 4 against the Braves, 4 against the Nationals. This is a big week for us, Mark, because it's leading up. We got 2 weeks, less than 2 weeks now until the trade deadline. We got to see where this team is at in those couple weeks. Hopefully, we can make up a little bit more ground in those New York Mets.
Yeah, we had the 4 against the Marlins, and then 4 against the Braves, and 4 against the Nationals. 12 games that the next team, including this weekend against the National League East. After the Phillies coming out of the break, you need to beat teams in your division to win the division. The Phillies have a terrific opportunity to beat all of some teams that are right now. They're down. Braves are down, and the Nats are down. Whether they make some moves at the trade deadline, to kind of make them a little
He's already had a job.
Yeah, they had a job here, so it's a huge move, but he had a home run last night in his first start. But right now, these teams are right for the pick. They really are. The Phillies have to go out and take care of their own business at home against the NLDs. If they do that for the rest of this season, they will get us good.
All right, so we have a little bit of time here. We got a few minutes left. So.
Can I ask you, is there a meteorologist in the house? Because things have just turned a little groggy down here. There was no rain in the forecast, but if you look right now, it's starting to pick up. What's happening?
It is Philadelphia in July, so
it can't rain.
Yes.
I didn't take my picks.
Well, hey, Wheeler's pitching today, so let's hopefully not take that. All right, so real quick, we got a couple minutes here. So there's some changes that are going to be going into effect because the CBA is up after this year, right? So it looks like Major League Baseball, according to Commissioner Rob Manfred, now take it for a grain of salt. It is Rob Manfred. Is it maybe or anytime this guy is in front of public? Like last year when he said that the Dodgers were World Series champions, they gave him the trophy, and then the other day when Vladimir Guerrero was the MVP in the All-Star game, is it me or does this guy look like he's drunk? Like his speech is slurred. Like you're supposed to represent the game. Nonetheless, I'm not going to dive into it. We'll talk about. I'll add that for a second next week. Banning or limiting defensive shifts, elimination of 7-inning doubleheaders, thank God, elimination of the ghost runner or the zombie runner on second base and after innings, thank God for that, and possibly extend the DH to their National League. Which one of these do you look forward to the most?
Okay, so I think getting rid of the zombie runner in extra innings, it's just how baseball to me when they do that. So I'm looking forward to that going away. That needs to go away. 7-inning doubleheaders, as much as it's great when you're working at the ballpark and the day's a little shorter and you're able to get out of there a little quicker. Again, I'm a traditionalist, so I don't really want that either. Get back to 9-inning doubleheaders, I'm fine with that.
You have the banning or limiting defensive shifts.
I'm for that. I'm for banning defensive shifts. Yeah,
I'll break that
with some limits because I do think you have to have a little bit of latitude with 80 feet on the dirt when the pitch is thrown, that kind of thing. 2 infielders on each side of the bag, a second base bag when the pitch is thrown. I'm for that. I think we need to get to that a little bit more, and then DH can actually that's coming. Whether you like it or not, it's coming. It is a lot that the DH is coming to the National League. I thought I was going to hate it. I didn't hate it last year, so that's
all right. I'm right there with you. I agree with those sentiments because, I know changes are coming. Let's not just do too many of them.
Yeah.
But the shift to me, like Ryan Howard's got to look at it and be like, hey man, can I get back out there?
How about Bryce Harper? How many more base hits would Bryce Harper have? And a lot of guys can say that.
Not so much compared to Ryan Howard.
Well, no,
Ryan Howard just
changed his career. Yeah. But Bryce Harper hits into the shift an awful lot. And I do think that that will benefit him. It's going to benefit players all around the league. But I don't know. I'm for more offense, and we'll certainly add more offense back into the game.
We need doubles, triples, stolen bases. We need them implemented back in the game. Some form or another, it's just got to happen.
Yep, I agree.
So thank you, everybody, for coming on down here. Everybody that's down here at 1100 Social at Xfinity Live. You guys are awesome again today. Make sure you guys come on out for August 15th. Go to greenlegion.com and sign up. We'll be back down here, and I think we're going to still try and squeeze one in sometime in September. For those of you guys
right?
You know it, partner. We're all in it.
That's right.
But hey, Bud Light Baseball Brunch here at 102.5 Fox Sports The Gambler. Like a 3-1 pitch to Ryan Howard, we are out of here, baby. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday afternoon. Thank you, everybody.